And where is the best place to spend your next $1,000 on triathlon? You are talking to a published triathlete author. I'll let you in on a little secret though. That's right, Trainiacs. That's when I got up. It's taper time. I get sleep-in days. What days? Big news on something today. You are talking to a published triathlete author. Published. Let me make breakfast and explain when I get to the office. So a couple of months ago, I called up Laughlin Magazine about a project that I wanted to work on. Talked to them about that project, which was a hard no thank you. However, what they said was they liked my content, thank you, and they wanted to have more age group content for the average trainiac type person out there. Just not a pro, not a coach, not a person that's done 20, 30 races with gobs and gobs of money, just the average triathlete out there. And I said, you know what, I've got some ideas about articles that I want to write that aren't necessarily a good vlog topic. What if I wrote them for you? And they were into it. So I wrote a few articles, and just the other day, one of them got published. And the topic that I came up with was tax checks just came for North Americans over the last couple of months. And where is the best place to spend your next $1,000 on triathlon that'll get you the best, I think I called it speed per dollar. So in that article, I want to say there were 4, maybe 5 of the best places that you can spend your next $1,000 on triathlon. So today, why don't I just give you a sneak preview of that? Okay, so I'm gonna link the entire article down in the description below, where you can go directly to lavamagazine.com/where-triathletes-can-spend-their-tax-return/. Easy. It's just in the description below. But the idea behind where triathletes should spend their next $1,000 is that is a point where you can't necessarily get a huge amount in triathlon. Everything in triathlon is like mad cheddar, yo. But with tax returns averaging a little over $3,000 for people that do get a tax return, let's earmark the lion's share of that to our significant others and supportive race Sherpas. But let's say that we peel off $1,000 of that to go towards triathlon. Where is that $1,000? A fairly tight budget, best spent. What's the best bang for buck? Do you want to go brick background? Let's go brick background. I don't think we've done a brick background in a while. Cheat notes. So the first thing that is the best bang for your buck by far, that's a lot of B's, is an aero helmet and aero bars. 80% of the drag that's caused by you being on a bike, going into the wind, is caused by your body, not necessarily the bike itself. So 2 things that will really help you underneath that $1,000 price point are an aero helmet, which apparently is just as much an increase in speed as a $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 set of wheels is, but it costs anywhere from $200 to $500. A set of aero bars that are really nice and adjustable that can keep you in that tucked in aero position for an entire race is going to make that 80% of your drag tucked in out of the wind. So make sure that you've got yourself an aero helmet and that whatever position you're in, you're able to hold it for an entire race. Aero helmet, aero bars, probably the best dollar per speed ROI that you can get. Next in line would likely be a set of aero wheels. The thing about that makes it less of a good return on your investment is when you start getting into the really expensive wheels with tons of marketing and tons of science behind them. If you can get yourself a good pair of aero wheels, and we're talking anywhere from about 50 or 60 mils deep or deeper, will get you 80 to 90% of the benefit as those super expensive wheels. So brands like, got them down here, Flow Cycling and 365, spelt in a really funny way. 3, the number, 60, the word, 5, the number, all in caps, no spaces. You can get these wheel sets for anywhere from about $7 to $1,200, $1,300. That's a really good bang for your buck. I haven't actually tried these wheels, but there isn't a lot of murmur out there that these wheels are a total ripoff. People that have them, they love them. Now the next thing, and I've experienced this over the last year, is getting yourself with that $1,000 anywhere from 6 to 12 months of coaching, or about 12 triathlontaren.com/coaching plans. Just saying. But this past winter when I started working with Pat, I found a huge benefit to having that objective, knowledgeable person that was creating my training plan. My numbers became better, my confidence was raised, I was putting more power into the bike, putting more speed into the run. I was getting right to the edge of pushing myself too hard and then I get backed off. I really loved the experience. And if you're coming into triathlon needing to gain a lot of knowledge about how to become faster and how to structure a training plan, huge fan of coaching. Now related to that, the fourth thing is for people who struggle with swimming. And this is a destination swim camp. Companies like Total Immersion will often have anywhere from a 1 to 3 day camp where you go to typically a very tropical location and you just spend a few days swimming. That's literally all you do. You just swim. But if you need a huge amount of help, you need to learn how to swim, you need to stop struggling in the water, and you want to get away from just your regular pool and get into some really specific one-on-one coaching, these camps might help. I hear a lot of people that go to them and come back and they go from struggling to swim the length of a pool to being able to swim for a mile quite easily. And then the fifth and final thing that is a good place to spend your next $1,000 in triathlon, this is kind of a soft thing, but spending that money and going to a destination, I would say Ironman branded race. As much static as the World Triathlon Corporation gets, being like the overlord of triathlon and money grubbing as much as they can, you know what? They put on a fantastic show. And you know that when you go to an Ironman branded race, you're gonna have the support of the community, you're gonna have a well-marked, well-supported course, the finish line is gonna have an amazing amount of energy, and you are going to drink the Kool-Aid of the Ironman brand. I know I did. I was shocked. I loved it. And you know what? It motivated me to want to do another and want to do another. So having that big event to train for and experience makes me want to train and experience more. It's a vicious cycle, really. There you go, break background out. So yeah, there you go. That was the article that I wrote for Laughlin Magazine, number 1. Thank you to everyone from Lava who has since come over and joined the channel. Welcome, you're a new Trainiac. Trainiacs, in the comments below. Welcome the new Lava followers to the Trainiac community. And number 2, thanks to TJ from Lava for letting me write. I don't just talk at a camera lens and tell poop jokes all the time. I can string together a word or two. Not that many, actually. I'll let you in on a little secret though. No Triathlon Kim is a trained journalist, and she might have made me sound a little bit more intelligent than I actually am. Thanks, NTK.